Let's look at derivatives of trigonometric functions. Now, it's important to remember these derivatives because they are going to be very helpful in any situation, in any problem that you are going to solve under this topic.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out.
The derivative of sin x is cosine x. The derivative of cosine x is negative sin x. The derivative of tangent x is secant square x. The derivative of cotangent x is cosecant square x. The derivative of secant x is secant x tangent x. The derivative of cosecant x is negative cosecant x tangent x. So these are important derivatives that can be very helpful to you. But you need to know how they come about. How does it come about that sin x is equal to cos x? So you can prove all this using the first principle to differentiate them so you can get their derivatives. Now let's look at the first one. The other ones you can use the same principle that we're going to use at the first one to prove them. Let's get started. Let's prove that sin x is equal to cosine x. The derivative of sin x is cosine x, but we'll use the first principle to prove how we get here, how we get cosine x. So from first principle, which is f of x plus delta x minus f of x divided by delta x, we can say sine x plus delta x minus sine x all divided by delta x. And you can remember from trigonometric identities that when you are given sine a plus b is the same as sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. Alright? So let's apply the same principle here. It's going to be sine x cos delta x plus sine delta x cos x. Subtract sine x all divided by delta x. Alright, this one is the sine x we have put here. Alright, now you can write this one by factoring out sine x, because here sine x is a common factor. When you write it this way, sine x cos delta x minus sine x plus sine delta x cos x all divided by delta x. So now you can say sine x outside cos delta x minus 1 plus sine x sine delta x cos x all divided by delta x. So what can you do at this point? You need to recall the special limits that cos x minus 1 out of x is 0. Sine x divided by x is 1. Alright? Keeping that in mind, we can identify that we have something like this here. Alright, and then we have sine delta x here. We can also divide it by delta x. So we are going to write our function as sine x cos delta x minus 1. You divide it by delta x plus sine delta x out of delta x. Then you multiply the whole thing by cos x. So we can conveniently see here that this one becomes a 0 because of this identity, and then this becomes 1 because of this identity. So we're left with sine x times 0 plus cos x times 1. Sine x times 0 is 0 plus cos x. You want to multiply anything by 1, it becomes that thing. So cos x multiplied by 1 is cos x. So we can say the derivative of sine x here is cos x. And we can pretty much stop here. We can now use these derivatives in examples. Let's say y is sine x is sine 3x, and you are asked to find the derivative of this. What I would like to do is use u substitution. I'd say my u is 3x, and the derivative of u, which I would say u prime, is 3. Then I would say my y is sine u. It's sine u because we have represented 3x by u. Now, the derivative of sine u from the identities that we just did, the derivative of sine u will be cos u. And you can assemble everything there. It's going to be y prime is 3 times cos, and you can put back the value of u here, which is 3x. Your final answer is y prime will be 3 cos 3x. And you can just stop here. This is your answer. Now, let me give you an exercise that we're going to do, and I'll put the link of the video where I've solved this exercise. And it's really important, it's really important that you solve it yourself first before you go to watch the video. Alright, so that you can see how close you are or whether or not you get the answer. So the exercise is y is equal to sine x squared plus 5. Now you can solve this. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'll be very glad to see you subscribe and click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. It's really important. It helps me a lot if you give this video a thumb up and share it with a friend or two. Thank you very much.